Well, of course, America, one of the biggest polluters. Let's see what reactions coming from that side of the pond tonight. RT's Priya Street is in our Washington, D.C. studio. Priya, hi there. As I said, I guess America's got a lot to prove in Copenhagen with his track record on emissions, isn't it?
That's right, Kevin. Well, there are still a lot of questions about global warming, and the ClimateGate scandal definitely added fuel to that fire. So what's going to happen in Copenhagen? Is anything actually going to get accomplished? Well, joining me to help talk about just that is radio host Alex Jones. Alex, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, I want to ask you, all these officials are coming out to Copenhagen and, they're preaching all about environmentalism and things like that. But it also seems like they're coming in on their big, fancy private jets and their stretch limos. I mean, what is the point of Copenhagen? Do you think anything's actually going to get accomplished, or is this all just a big publicity stunt?
That's right. Hookers from all over the planet are traveling there. Caviar, hundreds and hundreds of limos, hundreds of private jets coming in as the world elite meets to establish their own private global corporate government where carbon taxes on carbon dioxide that plants breathe, that plants live off of, will be taxed, among other things. And yes, something is going to happen in Copenhagen. The Environmental Protection Agency has announced today in the New York Times they are going to list carbon dioxide, part of the life cycle on this planet, as a toxic waste and start taxing it. Other nations in Europe and around the world are already doing it. Billions and billions of dollars of carbon credits are already being sold on the mercantile stock exchanges of the world. And though the hoax of man-made climate change, it was warming, now they've changed it to climate change because the Earth's getting cooler again, part of a natural cycle based mainly on the sun. Sure, they're embarrassed, their fraud is in trouble, but they don't care. They're going to continue this because Van Rompuy and others, the head of the EU, have said in speeches they're going to base their whole world government taxation and regulation system on this. And so I believe Obama is going to sign on to it. I believe that they're going to agree to sign on to future agreements. And even if the U.S. Senate won't ratify it, they are still just going to have the bureaucracy implement it. Arnold Schwarzenegger in California couldn't get the legislature to tax televisions and ban TVs above 40 inches, so he just used the bureaucracy, the energy department, in the 7th largest economy in the world, California, as he calls it, to go ahead and start that taxation.
And do you
so this is already happening.
Do you think that the officials are going to address the ClimateGate scandal in Copenhagen?
Yes. The United Nations director of the conference, the Climate Change Conference from the December 7th to December 18th, is in the Associated Press with the headline, UN Climate Chief, Hacked Emails Are Damaging. And governments like Saudi Arabia are calling for investigations. Members of the British government are calling for investigations. Senator Inhofe is calling for an investigation, but he's being blocked by Senator Barbara Boxer and others. And so, yes, it is already hurting them. It's already exposing their fraud, and their hoax is collapsing, but they don't care if the emperor's been caught with no clothes. They are just going to continue on with their fraud. But over the years, we're going to be able to defeat them because these ClimateGate emails being released proves that they know the Earth's getting cooler, proves that they know it's not man-made and part of the natural cycle. So this is the beginning of the end. But I expect for them to put a good face on it, act like everything is okay, and go ahead and get most of the 191 countries in attendance to go ahead with it.
Well, Mr. Jones, thank you so much for your view as always. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for right now. But I'll be back here in another hour with another live update. But for now, Kevin, it's back to you.
Yeah, Priya, thanks for that. And of course, much more coverage on what's going on in Copenhagen over the coming days and the coming weeks. Thanks very much.